Hi guys. So today we have with us Salem, my guy. I need to comport myself because Salem is not anybody's mate. Salem, honestly, you've done an amazing job so far. And as me or personally, I did not follow you when you had 1K followers. It was when I now saw that you had potential. Let's let me quickly follow you. From that time to this time, your growth has been incredible. One thing I'm constantly in awe of is collaboration. Like, you are constantly collaborating with people, talking at different events, organizing yours. Yes, most of the things you've done, you would never just do it on your own. You're always bringing people on board and bringing people to the team. And that's why I was like, look, if there's anybody that should talk to creatives about why collaboration is important, about why collaboration is necessary, it should be Salem. Because it was Salem's first collaboration that I had with me. Mine I had with someone called Ife. So yes, Salem believes strongly in collaboration. He believes strongly in community building. People love him. I love him because he's such an amazing human being. And I'm just really happy to have you today. Talk to us quickly on why creatives should embrace collaboration in whatever projects they're undertaking. In this Nigerian space, we used to think that chop alone, die alone. I don't know. But so yes, I'll just leave the floor to you. Please tell us about yourself, what you enjoy, the projects you're currently working on, and then we can go ahead into collaborations.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Loretta, for inviting me. My name is SalemKinging. I'm a content creator. I didn't fall from the sky being a content creator, being at the level where it's been quite a journey. I had a full-time job at the time when I first started with content creation, and at some point I quit, and this became my full-time job. And for it to become my full-time job, yeah, I had to know that it could take care of me financially, right? And for me to get to the point where I could do that, I had to work with a lot of people. They say when you see a turtle on a fence, you know that you had help getting there,
Wow.
because a turtle cannot climb a fence. And one of the things I know about myself is I'm reserved and I'm very introverted. And if I have my way, I prefer not to talk to people, right? Like, if I go to a place, I just want to be by myself in the corner and be a fly on the wall. But I am like that turtle that needs to get over the fence. And I need people to get over that fence. So in a manner of speaking, I've become a people person. That doesn't mean like I enjoy, interaction or going out, or I've become outgoing, but I now understand and I'm more conscious of the fact that I need people on the way to where I'm going, right? So what collaboration has done for me on one hand is it has opened my eyes to things that I normally would have missed by myself,
Wow.
right? Because you feel like your perspective is very rich, but you don't know how narrow-minded you are until you begin to relate with someone else, until you tell someone else about your problems, until you talk to someone. You don't even know that you're in a bubble, especially as a content creator and someone who's a creative or an artist. It's so easy to be in your bubble. On one hand, it's good for you to be in your bubble because that's where you're in your zone. It's where your creativity flows and all of that. But it can be detrimental to your journey, it can be detrimental to your career. And that's why it's important to go on your journey with people who are not in the bubble with you. So one of the decisions I had to make earlier in my career is I got a manager. So I was talking to somebody that I look up to, and he's like, I think at the time I had maybe 10K followers or so. And he says, Salem, you need to get a manager. I'm like, me, manager, what do I have? How much am I making? How much will I pay the person? And he told me, no, 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 don't think about it. Don't think about it too far. Think about which of your friends, is somebody who would love to see you win and is business savvy. Which of your friends? And someone that you trust. Immediately, someone came to my mind, a friend of mine that I went to secondary school with, and I sent him a message like the next day, will you be my manager? He said he wants to think about it. And he, after a while, when he came back to say yes, he said yes and told me we're going to have to sign a contract. I'm like, you're my friend now. Why are we signing the contract? He said, no, like we need to. And that's how I knew that, this guy is serious. It means he's not even seeing things from the point of view me, I'm seeing them from. Because me, I'm seeing them as, guys, now we're going to shake hands and just work. But I knew that he meant business. And that's how I knew I was with the right person. That was one of the ways I knew I was with the right person, because he was already thinking from a business point of view.
Everything we see in our world today is a product of someone's imagination. Many people think that it's difficult to create. The problem most of the time is not the fact that you do not have ideas. In fact, many people think they are not creatives, but I feel like everybody can create. It's a very simple process. All I do is I think, I scribble, I sketch, and then I act. Be that person that would provide solutions to the many problems that the world is faced with today. So it's time to think, it's time to scribble, and it's time to sketch. It's as simple and as basic as that.
One of the amazing things that's happened to me by having a manager is I'm in a position where I can make more money. So if I work alone, let's say, for example, if I work alone and I make 100 naira, I keep all of it. When I work with a manager, it increases the chances that I can make 500 naira. Now, out of that 500 naira, a certain percentage will go to my manager. Let's say my manager takes 30%, I keep 70%. That 70% is 350 naira, which is more than I would have made if I was working alone and keeping everything, right? So this is how you need to be thinking. Stop thinking, if you're a creator here, creative, listening to this, stop thinking, I want to keep everything. I want to take all the credits. No, be willing to share credits, be willing to share profits and everything. Because when you work with others, you put yourself in a better position to make more. You also, another good thing about me having a manager is the fact that because I'm a creative, I'm a creator, in a lot of ways, I'm short-sighted because I only almost see things from the creative point of view. I'm not seeing business opportunities, but he's seeing them. He's seeing things that me I cannot see. And the good thing about it is he's invested in my brand, not just because he likes me, but because my brand profits him financially. Do you understand? So this is one of the reasons why I think it's very important for people to embrace collaboration. Another reason is, apart from the fact that your bubble can limit you, another reason is the fact that another reason why people should embrace collaboration is it can help you increase your confidence. So I'll give you an example now. At the time when I started my content creation journey, I didn't have enough confidence to charge money. To be very honest, I didn't feel like if I charged money, anybody would come. I wasn't sure of myself. So I did free classes and just taught, the things that I had been documenting from my own processes and all. People came to the free classes, but it was until Loretta came and said, Salem, let's do a class and let's put a price on it. I was scared. I'm like, does Loretta, is she sure what she's doing? Why did she call me? But Loretta had done it before. And Loretta saw that there's something Salem has that these people need. So she's like, come, let's do it together. So because of Loretta, I was confident. To be very honest, I was not even very confident when I was pushing the class. I was just, Loretta created the flyers. Loretta put my face on the flyer. We started putting it out. I'm like, when people were paying, I'm like, hey, people are paying to learn from me. So it was shocking for me, but it was that time that me and Loretta spent. We spent weeks planning the material, putting everything together. To be honest, I was like the weak link because Loretta was always dragging me. Salem, deadlines. Salem, you've not added this to the document. Salem. Me, I was not confident. I just felt like, this thing is going to flop. But anyway, no, they see. Right?
Did
And
it
that's true.
flop? Did
It
it
didn't
flop?
flop. It was a hit, man.
We had two batches. We had batch A and batch B.
It was a hit. We had two batches, and we have students from like all over the world, not just Nigeria.
Yeah.
And it was that was a huge confidence boost for me. Me and Loretta, we never partnered on a class again, but that gave me all the confidence I needed to begin charging money and demanding my worth. Because the people that went through that class, I saw their results, and I'm like, we didn't even charge them enough money, save. Like, we should have charged them more.
You get.
So that's another reason why I think it's important to embrace collaboration. It can increase your confidence levels. Work with someone who isn't where you are. Another reason why this is important is exposure to new audiences. Exposure to new audiences. So me, I've been a content creator all my life, but recently I had an agency reach out to me, and they said they were looking for someone for an ad, for a Zenith Bank ad. They were looking for someone that looked a certain way. I should send my pictures to them, right? I sent my pictures to them. Now, mind you, the person that reached out to me is someone I have a relationship with that knew me from, but we had never worked together, but we just had a relationship, right? And he says I should send my pictures and my bio and stuff like that. I sent it. Then some weeks later, he said, they like your face, so come and
Oh,
come to Lagos. We're going to shoot. I'm like, what? I don't even know how to do any of this. He said, just come, make it work. And then I came, and then we did everything. And now, me that I'm supposed to be a content creator, my face is now on a Zenith Bank
yeah, like
ad.
an ad. Before you know it, you
And
have
I have,
people reaching out to you for like ads as well.
yes,
Samsung, and it
exactly.
goes on and on.
It just goes on and on. And now I have actor credits, and I have never learned anything about acting in my life, but I have acting credits because of that work, and I'll do more going forward. Do you understand? If I didn't work with that agency now, I wouldn't be able to explore that side of myself. There's also something we do every year. I don't know if you know about. We do the August meeting
Oh yeah, yeah.
every year.
I've never attended.
If anybody doesn't know about it, just search the August meeting 2020 on YouTube and see what it is about. Every time we have to organize that event, I am bad with like logistics or planning. I'm not that guy. Like, I just want to make my videos and rest, or teach classes and rest. But I normally have like a huge team of people that we work with to make that happen. You can do so much more when you collaborate. When you do it by yourself, you limit yourself. Oh my gosh, you limit yourself. Now, before I round up, if and over to you if there are any questions. One thing I want to say is, when you are deciding to collaborate with someone, or when you want to reach out to someone for collaboration, always be thinking about what the other person has to benefit from that collaboration. Always be thinking, don't just say, because I've heard creators and artists say, that guy has blown now, he doesn't want to collaborate with us, or it's so difficult to get that guy to collaborate. I'm going to tell you for free that, everybody who has gotten to a point of awareness where they know what is important to them, they don't say yes to everything. We are defined by what we choose to reject. So everybody who is serious in life says no a lot. Loretta, because if you say yes to everything that comes your way, you would not have a life. Your plate will be full. So every time you want to reach out to someone who you think is valuable to your project, you need to think about how you are valuable to their own project, or how you are valuable to their own life, how you are valuable to their career, what value do you bring to them? These are things you need to ask before you even reach out, because everybody has their own thing that they are worried about. Do you understand? You want it to be that you're not just reaching out to people and asking for favors. You're reaching out to them and you're telling them this is what this is going to do for you. Or in the past, you have also done them favors. You have given and given and given. So on the day when you ask, it's not out of place for you to ask, because they know that you have given. They know you care about them. They know that you look out for them. They know that you've shown up for them. Do you understand? So at that point, it's not difficult. If there's someone you look up to, like, all the way up, I would advise you that, even though the first time you meet them, you want to take advantage of the opportunity, it may put them off, you know. that the first time you meet somebody, the first thing you're telling them is what you want. What's their business with what you want? They have things they're worried about. Do you understand? So you
Very
need to
correct.
think about the first time you meet someone that you look up to and you want to work with, think of what you would have to give them.
Give them.
If there's nothing you can give them, ask. Just ask, how can I help? A lot of times that goes such a long way, because that just separates you from the majority of people who are just trying to get something. So if you're coming for the first time and what you're trying to do, let me give an example. Sorry, I'm using myself as an example, but I'm the only one I know anything about.
Fine.
So there's a teacher that I look up to, and he had an event in Abuja, and I went there, right? And it was time for him to people were buying copies of his book and he was signing them, right? And people just gathered him and wanted to take pictures, wanted to pose with him. Me, I wanted more than that. Do you understand? Like, I wanted to build a connection. It was not picture. Like, I didn't care whether social media knew that I met him or not. I wanted to build a connection. That's what was important to me, right? When we met, I saw that everybody was trying to take pictures with him. So what I did was I positioned myself where I was the one helping them take the pictures, right? So if you get the book, you want to sign, you want to take a picture, like, oh, you want to take a picture? I'll take a picture. Next person, I was the one taking the pictures. Next person, I'll take the pictures. At some point, he now told me, wait, oh, don't go. Wait, I'm going to talk to you after this. So I helped him take pictures of everybody. Then I now had his attention when he was free. He gave me his number. I didn't ask him. He signed my copy, because I got a book. So he signed my copy of the book, gave me his phone number. While he was giving me his phone number, he was laughing and saying, you've blown. No, I'm giving you my phone number. He now said, and this is my real number. This is not like the one I give you.
Not like agent
This
or
is my
manager.
real phone number. I couldn't, till today, I don't have any picture with him. I don't have any proof that I have met him, but I talked to him on the phone.
What does picture want to do for us? You literally have a connection, like straight up.
Do you understand?
What's picture?
Do you understand? So we all need to think about priorities when you're thinking of collaborating, building relationships, forming these connections that will be valuable in the future. You need to think about how you'll be valuable now. You know how we talk about networking, and it has become so mechanical because you're trying to connect people for what you can get from them, and sometimes you can smell it. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we're all here to get something from one another, but you also need to be thinking of how you can give. Collaboration is not just about getting, it's about giving.
It's actually more about giving. So thank you so much, Salem. So many, you shared so many things, and it's almost looking like your of course God for one has been your help and your provider and all of that. But aside from that, you've stepped on the stones of collaboration to get you through to where you are now, and the face that everybody knows, everybody like Salem, including myself. So to be fair, it's important that we collaborate. And I should also say that, so Scribble Sketch, like we did the first edition last year, and this year we'll be doing the second edition. And I knew that I didn't do a lot of things last year. Of course, I collaborated on that project, but this time around, I got a proper business partner, and exactly as Salem said, it doesn't have to be one big person with one big name. You would get the chance for that later, but recognize where you are now. Look at your circles. Who are the people interested in your growth and interested in your growth?
So two things, like you will get the chance for that later, or you will grow with someone now.
Yeah.
And get to that point.
And to be honest, this second edition, I can't wait for you to get it, Salem. I'm even happy you did not get the first one, because different things just happened, and I just didn't send so many copies to Abuja. But this time around, I definitely would give you one. And life has been so beautiful. Like, this is someone who supports my vision, supports me financially too, because it's necessary. If you have vision without money, you are joking. So seriously, collaboration, we need to embrace collaboration as creatives. Like, we cannot continue to do Mr. Mozu, Mrs. Mozu, everything. You want to show that part it, you want to share carry it, you want to do it by yourself, you want to be your manager, your accountant, your bruh. So, I mean, this is a lot, Salem, and I'm so grateful that you've shared with us, sorry, your story, and also like the importance of collaboration, like why we should not push this aside. Of course, sometimes you may hit your leg on a stone, like some things may not go the way you actually have planned for it to go, but that doesn't mean you should kick against collaboration completely. So thank you so much, Salem. It's always I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I know
Thank
you.
you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming here because I have an act on my set. Woo! This is a movie. Salem, thank you so much. And I'm sure everybody watching this video, I'm sure they would be very, very, very um impressed, and not just impressed, they would have so many nuggets to do life with. But please don't be like the person that we hear and not go and do. Go and do all these things that you've heard. Listen to Salem's story. That there's some key things that not on the point of collaboration, like what he did now, the acts of service that he displayed. All of that will get you to that fame, that big place you want to get to. So please, 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 make sure you take heed. I don't know if that's something, but Salem, thank you so much. We'll
Thank
catch
you for having me, Loretta.
you. Welcome. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.